Hello and welcome to race week of the Advanced Half Distance Plan from Scientific Triathlon. I hope that you're doing well and that you're feeling excited about the race on Sunday or this weekend. Maybe let's start with that. If you actually have a Saturday race, then what I would recommend doing is probably just remove the Tuesday and go straight from Monday to Wednesday. So Wednesday would move to Tuesday, Thursday to Wednesday, and so on. So that's what I would recommend doing. Skip the Tuesday, and that brings your volume down as well with 2.5 hours from the 8 hours and 10 minutes of training that is planned for this week, with the range varying from 7 hours 15, depending on some adjustable durations that you have as well. You could, for example, do the easy ride if you do it as a shorter 1 hour ride. But this week, the objective here is, of course, 100% about finalizing, regaining all of your freshness, but also about getting 100% mentally prepared for the race. Also, race logistics and prep planning, finalizing all of those bits and pieces is extremely important. Don't leave that to too late because it can take some time. In terms of mental preparation, two main things that I would recommend you do is to prepare with positive self-talk. Positive self-talk can be very simple things you tell yourself, like bike strong, swim smooth, run light, and it can also be things that you tell yourself about how you're doing things about as an observer, like you're doing good, you're feeling strong, those sorts of things. So there are a number of ways you could use positive self-talk, but what it's not is telling yourself negations like don't give up or don't slow down. Those are things you should avoid saying. Instead, say things like keep this speed to the next aid station. Those sort of things are really helpful. Another mental trick that you can use is to, and that I really like using, is to build confidence by looking through the best workouts you've done in the lead up to the race. So pick maybe one or two of your best swims, one or two of your best bikes, and one or two of your best runs, and look through what you did, how you did in terms of like splits, power numbers, paces, and your comments after them, how they felt. Think back to how they felt as well, because most likely you were working really hard, but you were also at the same time very strong, and that's kind of what you want to be having on your race day. So when you get to a point in, let's say, the bike part on race day and it's starting to feel very hard, then what I like to do is to draw upon one of those like best workouts that you've done in the lead up, and tell yourself about how you went through this really hard workout, but you did extremely well, and it was hard, but you managed to push yourself through it for such a long time, and you felt really, really good about it. And you have done it before in a way. You have done a really strong performance in a workout. You can certainly keep pushing in this race based on what you've done before. So that's another mental trick that I think is really good. Regarding the training, the main thing to say is don't do anything more or harder than prescribed this week. Just do what's prescribed. No more. Absolutely no more for anybody. And that's the most important thing. We, of course, do have a few short bouts of intensity in some of the taper workouts. Like, let's take this bike as an example. 5 times 4 minutes at race intensity. And that's it, but long recoveries, 4-minute recoveries, so 1-to-1 work to rest. So these are not intense workouts. It's just about really muscle memory, muscle recruitment, getting those faster muscle fibers to work a little bit and getting frequent exposure to them, but without inducing any fatigue, because we're doing such a small amount of relative to the intensity. So that's in terms of training. Really keep that in mind. The key thing is you need to know the objective of the week, to stand on the start line fresh and ready to go, physically and mentally. Also keep a little bit of frequency of recruiting those faster muscle fibers by having a little bit of intensity, and even just maintaining the feel for race pace and for pacing at race pace. That is why we're working at race pace here, and that's basically it in terms of intensity. But that's it, and then you can adjust around that. So if you feel, for example, that you maybe need a little bit more recovery, then or you don't only want to do 4 times 4 minutes on first day, not 5 times 4 minutes, that's fine. All of such changes are fine. Just follow the principles that I outline here, and you will be absolutely fine. When you come to race day, you should just trust your training, trust the work you put in and how fit you are, and the confidence you've built, all the great workouts you've done, and then just go out and enjoy it. You've done such hard work, so you need to allow yourself to enjoy it and be really pleased with what you've done, and that will put you in a position to, with no pressure, have the best possible race that you can have. So keep that in mind, as well as a mindset of going into the race. No pressure, just enjoy it. It's a gift and a privilege for us to be racing triathlon. So treat it as such, but leave it all out there. And one more thing, after the race, if you would like to email me and let me know how it went, I would love to hear it. I would also love to hear feedback on the plan, whether it's positive or negative. It helps improve the plan in future revisions and other plans that I'm working on. So really interested to hearing that, and maybe I can help you with some tips in if you give feedback on the plan and something that you maybe thought that, well, this was good, but this was not so good, then I can give some tips around how you can self-coach effectively around the thing that you didn't find worked so well for you in the future. So it's mutually beneficial, I would think. But either way, I would love to hear from you about how it went, and I really hope that it goes well this weekend. But thank you so much for putting your trust in this training plan, and really all the best of luck for the weekend. And I hope to talk to you again in the future. Bye bye.